And we're the Riveras.
So before we jump into any questions, guys, we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves. My name is Josh. I'm 22 years old. I live in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm currently a post-university senior. My major is criminal justice, and I have high hopes of becoming a police officer. And I'm currently in the works of doing that. So.
I'm Stephanie. I'm 21. I'm originally from Stratford, Connecticut, but recently moved to Waterbury, Connecticut with Josh. We have an apartment together with our daughter. I'm also currently a senior at Post. I also study criminal justice, but I am hoping to become a correctional counselor working with male offenders. Yeah.
This is Leia.
She's currently 10 months old. She's about to be 11 months on the 13th of May. Her first birthday is actually in June. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to have a birthday party for her with the quarantine happening, but we're hoping to make the best of it when it does come around. She's very energetic, happy. Right now she's a little bit tired, so before we start the questions, she's going to be going down for a nap. But yeah, she's amazing. She's an amazing baby, amazing daughter, and we're so blessed to have her. So since this is our first video, we already messed up the intro. We accidentally deleted the one with Leia in it, so you're just going to have to enjoy the one with just us. She is currently taking a nap, and now we're going to get into the questions.
So let's get into the questions, guys. So there's a couple inappropriate questions from the boys, but those won't be answered, so no worries about that.
So this question's from Yuritsa. She said, how'd you get Leia's name? Honestly, I wanted a kid's name that was unique. It's not common. I've never met anyone by the name Leia, and I fell in love with it. That was like the only name I thought of, because ultimately when I was pregnant, we thought we were having a boy the whole time. So when the gender reveal happened and it was a girl, we only had a boy name picked out. So automatically when I knew it was a girl, I named her Leia Cristina Rivera. And the middle name, we'll get to that in a different story. We'll have a whole story time video for that one.
So a question I got asked was, how did you guys meet? Well, this is going to be for another story in another video as well. But just to keep it short, she wrote me on Instagram.
I slid in the DMs.
I wrote back, yada yada yada, and things went right. So
although I did play hard to get for like 2 months.
She did play that game. She played the game of I'm gonna not reply for 4 to 5 hours. But ultimately, I tried my best, and this is where we are now.
You own my heart. Okay, this question's from Allie. She said, what are your plans after graduation? My plans after graduation is, well, once graduation comes, which was supposed to be May 9th, I'm actually starting the master's program with our school on May 3rd, and I'll be graduating with my master's degree next May as well. But my ultimate goal is to become a correctional counselor with my degree that I get now. Hopefully that is what's going to happen, and we'll get our careers and move out of the state.
My plans after graduation is to start training immediately for the chip test for policing. I am currently not training and gaining a lot of weight in this quarantine, but that'll soon to change. You know, it's kind of hard being a full-time student, having a full-time job, and being a full-time daddy. Yeah, I have hopes of being a police officer, so I will pursue that. It just takes some time. It's a lengthy process, but hopefully I'll be a police officer. Alright, so we're going to address this on camera. I got a question by Anthony, one of my best friend's brother, and he said, why can't you guard me on the basketball court? We won't get into this too much, but put it this way, WAP.
This next question is from Allie as well. She asked us a couple questions, and it says, how you found out and how you felt about becoming your young parents. I guess I'll start it off by saying, basically I was having like no real period symptoms. I was spotting, but that's not normal for me. So I actually asked his mom what she thought about it, and she told me to take a pregnancy test, and I honestly thought it was a joke. So one day I came home. I thought it was a joke. He didn't know that, I guess.
Didn't know that.
So one day I got out of work and I went home and I had a test at my house. I took it and it came out positive, and I was in complete denial about it. I was like, this is not happening. This is not true. I took my sister Jenna with me to CVS. I bought I want to say 2 or 3 packs of pregnancy tests, and throughout the course of the night and the next day, I took all of them. They all came back positive. So we called Planned Parenthood and we scheduled an appointment to see if that was actually true, because like I said, I was in a state of denial. I did not want to believe that I was pregnant. And we went to Planned Parenthood and they said I was pregnant.
Sorry, boys. Pull out game week.
How do you feel about becoming a young parent?
So basically, for me, becoming a young parent was I was very scared. Before this, I always said I wasn't gonna have kids until I was like 30. Obviously, that didn't happen. It was scary. After a couple months of me accepting that I was gonna become a dad, I was excited, and you know, it was the biggest blessing of my life. And yeah. So this question's from Christian Curry, one of my best friends as well. He said, "Who said I love you first?" So this is really bad, but I do not remember. We've only been together for a year and like 11 months, and I do not know, but I believe it was me. I did.
It was all him. It was him.
I did. I'm pretty sure I said I love you first. I don't remember. Do you remember?
I do remember. So obviously we were living together at this time, but I want to say we were like maybe a month into this relationship. We talked for like 3 months. We were in a talking stage for a little while because, you know, we wanted to get to know each other, build trust with each other, know that maybe, I guess see if we're right for each other, and it's going pretty well, I think. But I remember driving up after I got out of work to go see him. You know, obviously we still lived with our parents, so I came to his parents' house and we were sitting in the car. We went to go get food. And we were sitting in the car, and before I left, he looked at me and he was like, "I love you." And I looked at him like, what?
But the way she said we were together for a month, I had known her for 3 months before this. So at this point, we had known each other for 4 months, and we were talking for 4 months.
Anyways, I was like, what? I did not say it back. I did not know what to say. I was kind of in a state of shock. I was like, oh my god, he loves me.
She done me.
But in reality though, when we were talking in the talking stage, I was like begging to be his girlfriend. I was talking about how so in love I was with him, because it wasn't just an I love you, because you could say I love you to anybody. Actually being genuinely in love with somebody is a different feeling, and that's the feeling I had with him. I just wasn't in the state of mind, or like I didn't know that you could feel that way so soon about somebody, so it caught me off guard. But he did say I love you first. This is from somebody I used to go to high school with. They said, "I don't have a question, but congrats if I hadn't said it before, and bless you and your family. We appreciate it. We are blessed, and we're one big happy family."
So the next question is from my brother X. He said, "What's the hardest part of being parents?" So for me, the hardest part is probably managing everything. Time management is very hard. Managing schoolwork, your work, and also managing being parents and trying to balance everything out. It's probably the worst for us, time management. We never have time for anything. But this quarantine has built up a little bit of time for us, where we have time to film videos now, and yeah, this is gonna be our new hobby. So
honestly, I would say the same thing. Time management is really hard. I know some people would probably say the lack of sleep, the lack of, you know, personal care and everything else, but honestly the sleeping isn't that bad. We can sleep through the night. Obviously the first 2 months or so was a little rough, but it got better.
And I took the night shift.
He did. I don't know what man would ever take the night shift for us women, but he took one for the team, and I appreciate that a whole bunch. But basically this quarantine taught me a lot, because I went from working 7 days a week, full-time mom, student, working, everything else, to being like a mom on maternity leave all over again, getting to know my child the way I couldn't before, and I'm grateful for it. But it is a lot. Being a mom, being a parent is difficult, but it is the greatest thing ever. Like, I would never trade it for the world.
So the next question is from Kiara, and she asks, "How many siblings do you both have?" And I'll start off because my family is huge. My parents have 6 kids. My oldest brother is named Ariel. He is 24 years old. Then it goes me, I'm 22 years old. Then it goes Marcus, he is 20 years old. Then it goes Xavier, he is 18 years old.
Happy belated birthday!
His birthday was yesterday. Then it goes Destiny, she's behind the camera right now, and she is 15 years old. And then it goes my littlest brother, which is Jaden, he is 14 years old.
Well, this is a tough act to follow because I literally have one sibling. It is just my sister Jenna. She is 18 years old. She's like my best friend, and yeah, my parents are not together, but yeah, I'm just glad to have a sister because after seeing his family and the chaotic chaos, but beautiful chaos that they bring to the table, I couldn't imagine having 5 siblings, so I give them a lot of credit.
And shout out to our siblings for helping us out with everything with Leia, and we love you guys.
They're great aunts and uncles to her. This next question is from my sister's best friend Olivia. She said, where do you guys see yourself in 10 years?
So to answer that question, that's a very hard question. I'm a very simple guy. I love to live a simple life, but I don't settle for less. So, but I see us being in our careers. As I'll be a police officer and she'll be a corrections counselor. I see us having 2 kids, not 3 or 4. But yeah, I see us living a simple life. Maybe moving out of the state. That's another question. But yeah, what do you think?
That's hard to answer. I don't even think I thought that far ahead, but in 10 years I see us doing exactly what he said, doing our careers, pursuing our careers, maybe being promoted in our careers, because ultimately it would be awesome to get to a level of like a warden in a prison for me. Him as a state trooper. I definitely do see us moving out of the state. You know, I really like to think that we would go to Georgia, but we're really like in Texas. We talk about moving somewhere out of Connecticut. We've always done that since we started. Definitely our main goal in 10 years is to get a house of our dreams, have our 4 girls, and get out of the state. We always argue about having 4 kids. He doesn't want 4 because it's a big family, but I want 4. So
That's for another video.
yeah. Alright, this next question is from Catherine. She says, what names did you have picked out for Leia if she was a boy? Love you, miss you, girl.
So we only had one name picked out, and that was Grayson. But I don't know, maybe in the future we'll have some other names picked out, but as of right now, we
Haven't thought of anything else. Like, we just literally were stuck on Grayson, and that was it. That was the name we were set on, because like I said earlier, we were set that it was a boy for so long that that's all we had. We were dead set on it.
So this next question was from Allison. She said, would you guys move out the state, and if where? So we have discussions about moving out the state, but we really don't know where. We have mentioned California. I'm pretty sure that's on like everyone's agenda. Texas, Florida, Georgia. Yeah, we don't really know as of right now, but we do know that we will move out the state at some point in time, but I really think that's down the road.
It also, you know, matters where our career takes us. So if our career takes us to a state and it has better pay than Connecticut has to offer, and you know, there's better houses out there, and etc., that's where we move. All based off career choices. Janet had asked, has the COVID-19 affected you and your family, and have you been sick?
Thankfully, we have not been sick. Thank the Lord for that. But we have been affected by it. You want to get into it?
Yeah, so as of what, I want to say almost 2 weeks ago, my grandfather had fallen out of bed. He is handicapped. He only has one leg, and he also has pretty bad lungs. And he fell out of bed one day, and my grandma, you know, being old and weak, was not able to lift him out of bed or help him off the floor onto his bed. So she ended up having to call the EMTs, and they came to pick him up, and because of his heavy breathing, they decided to do the COVID-19 test on him, and he tested positive. He is currently, like I said, almost 14 days into the quarantine at the hospital, fighting for his life right now. He's on a full oxygen mask. My grandma also has been affected. She is at home in quarantine. She also has it, but clearly not as bad, thank God. We're just praying for them every day, hoping that they get better and that they pull through to this, because they need to see us graduate, get married, have more kids, and they have a lot of life to live. We're just lucky that we haven't gotten sick, or a baby and our parents and siblings.
We love you, Pop.
Love you, Pop.
So our final question is from Jessica, and she said, what are your future goals and plans? Well, pretty sure we kind of answered this already, but our future goals, we aspire to be in the highest rank of what we do. So for me, maybe I would hope to be chief of police one day. I know it's very hard to get in that position, but I feel as if you continue to grow and learn more and more, I will be able to achieve that position. How about you?
And me, hopefully, as a warden somewhere, from experience of doing like an internship at a prison, I got to see how the deputy warden, counselors, captains, and actual warden operate in the prison, and I find it to be very intriguing. You know, my main goal with this field that I want to go into is to ultimately rehabilitate offenders and give them a better life in the prison and out. So being a warden and having that ultimate and total control would be life-changing. Thanks for tuning in, guys, on our first video. We hope you enjoyed it and you will come to visit our next one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get all our videos. And we're out!